Hey, I'm Josh Taylor with men's volleyball, and you're watching This Week at Pepperdine.
Off to its best start in 15 years, the men's basketball team is coming home for a pair of home games this week. The women's basketball team, also off to an impressive start, has a far-flung 3-game road trip coming up. The men's water polo team will be fighting for a spot in the MPSF Tournament, and the women's volleyball team ends their regular season on the road. All this and more in the newest edition of This Week at Pepperdine. We begin with our 3-star segment. At number 3, the backcourt for women's basketball. Bria Richardson had 25 points in a close loss at UCLA and then chipped in 15 points in a home win against UC Irvine. Ia Shustari filled up the box score against Irvine as she collected 21 points, 13 boards, and 6 assists. Stacey Davis continued his tremendous start to the season, scoring 23 points in a win at UC Riverside, including the go-ahead free throws in the final minute, and then tying his career high with 24 points in another victory at Central Michigan. Last year's WCC Newcomer of the Year is averaging 23.7 points per game and was named this week's Player of the Week in the conference.
This is definitely a testament to the hard work I put in this summer with me and my teammates, and I'd be nothing without them. They do a great job at giving me the ball when I'm open, and also making shots when I pass them the ball, and competing hard with me, and just being good teammates like any coach the team should be.
And at number 1, looking to send head coach Nina Matthews out with a win in her final indoor home match, the women's volleyball team came through with a 5-set win over rival LMU in a Wells Fargo PCH Cup match. On senior day, Pepperdine's 2 graduating players came through as Kelly Larson tied a career high with 20 kills and Kelly Woolover had 13 digs. Setter Becca Strelo recorded a triple-double and was named the WCC Player of the Week. Now on to top plays. Number 3, Ia Shustari. We highlighted the game she had against Irvine. Here she picks up back-to-back steals and layups against the Anteaters to open up the game in the second half. Water polo hosting UCLA, Danny White had 5 goals in his last match at home. None prettier than this skipping strike in the second quarter. And finally, first of the 2 road games for the Waves last week, under 2 minutes at Riverside, Stacey Davis picks up the and 1 to give the Waves a 4-point lead. Now let's look at this week's events. The men's basketball team is 3-0 on the season for the first time since 1998. After winning twice on the road last week, the Waves come home to Firestone Fieldhouse and will welcome San Jose State on Wednesday and Utah Valley on Saturday. The Waves are averaging nearly 80 points a game, and head coach Marty Wilson has done a terrific job so far blending the veterans and newcomers into a cohesive unit. We already mentioned Stacey Davis, but other standouts include Brendan Lane, who's averaging over 12 points and 11 rebounds, and Jeremy Major, who's at 8 points per game.
It was definitely really good to beat those 2 teams. Last year we beat Riverside, and last year we lost to Central Michigan, so definitely to go in their house on the road and beat them by 17. It was definitely like a statement game, and it just shows the maturity and growth in our team and how we come together as a unit. And being able to go into Central Michigan and being up the whole first half, and then they come back, and then they're kind of up at 3 at the half, and then we come out on a 9-2 run and then kind of just blow the lead wide open, and it was just kind of our game from there. It just kind of definitely shows the growth mentally in our team that the things that we didn't have last year.
Ryan Weisenberg has his women's basketball team surpassing expectations already as the Waves fought tooth and nail before falling at UCLA by 4 points last week. Pepperdine then came back to crush UC Irvine by 17 points in a home victory last Thursday. The Waves will play their next 4 games on the road, including a 3-game trip that begins Thursday at South Dakota State and continues at Wyoming and Oregon before Pepperdine returns home. Bria Richardson, Ia Shustari, and Keitra Wallace are all averaging in double figures for the Waves.
Past week against UC Irvine, it was a great win. We really needed the momentum to go into our 7-day road trip, and we are looking forward to it. The key will be to come out and play hard and to rest up. The team has been coming out to compete. We've been playing very hard against each other and not letting each other down through practice.
The women's volleyball team closes out the regular season with road matches at San Francisco and Santa Clara this weekend. Barring a big finish and an unexpected bid to the NCAA championships, these will be the final 2 matches in the 31-year indoor coaching career for Nina Matthews. She's not going away, however, as Matthews will continue to coach the sand volleyball team in the spring. Before that, however, the Waves would like to get 2 wins this weekend and ensure themselves of a 4th place finish in the WCC. It all comes down to one final match for the men's water polo team. The 7th-ranked Waves visit 9th-ranked UC Irvine on Sunday in the MPSF and regular season finale. The result of this match will determine which team moves on to the MPSF Tournament and which team sees its season end. A Pepperdine victory would be the easiest route, but even a close loss could put the Waves through via a tiebreaker if other results go as expected. The Waves had a strong showing this past weekend on Senior Day, taking number 3 UCLA down to the final minute before falling 10-8. All the info you need to know for Pepperdine Athletics. Thanks for joining us on This Week at Pepperdine.